The highlights of today's defense news, 18th of July 25. PTC Industries puts India on the global titanium map. India finds rare earth treasure trove in Rajasthan, auctions soon for mining 17 critical minerals in Balotra. Indian Air Force to get 6 desi eyes in the sky that can track China-Pakistan activity from hundreds of kilometers away. Indian Army's Sudarshan Chakra corps conducted live battlefield validations of 3 indigenous counter-drone systems at Bhopal Military Station. Successful test firing of Prithvi-II and Agni-I ballistic missiles. L&T plans to invest 1,000 crore rupees in Katupalli shipbuilding complex. Hindustan Aeronautics receives first TEJAS Mark 1A wing assembly from L&T. Indian government backs $32 million Series A of quantum startup QpiAI. In the global highlights, US develops Lucas kamikaze drone to surpass Iranian Shahed-136 as loitering munitions become core to future warfare. Germany buys KONGSBERG's joint strike missiles for its F-35 fighter jet. Israel Aerospace Industries signs contract for significant additional acceleration of Arrow interceptor serial production. NATO to open third permanent CAOC. The news in detail. PTC Industries has begun production of titanium and superalloys materials, which are crucial in making the BrahMos supersonic missile systems. Before India joined the elite league of nations capable of producing titanium, only Russia, China, France, and US and the United Kingdom possessed this critical manufacturing capability. Titanium is a kind of material which is lighter than steel, high strength, and has low density. It is widely used in aircraft manufacturing due to its high strength to weight ratio, corrosion resistance, and ability to withstand high temperatures. These properties make it ideal for both structural components and engine parts, contributing to fuel efficiency and overall aircraft performance. The Geological Survey of India and Department of Atomic Energy have found signs of rare earth minerals in Rajasthan, even though most explorations are in early stages at the moment. According to US Geological Survey, India has the third largest rare earth reserves in the world. The area is reported to be rich in reserves of bastonite, britholite, and xenotime. These are resources these are source minerals from which several rare earth minerals are extracted. This report has come at a time when the center has launched National Critical Mineral Mission to advance the exploration, mining and processing of critical minerals. The center has also launched a 1,000 crore rupees production linked incentive scheme to boost the domestic manufacture of rare earth magnets that are used in nearly everything in the modern world, ranging from household electronics to automobiles and fighter planes. The Indian government has given financial approval to a 20,000 crore project to build 6 new airborne early warning and control systems for the Air Force. These aircrafts will act as the country's big eyes in the sky, capable of tracking threats from hundreds of kilometers away. As per an ET report by Manu Pabi, the new AWACS, based on modified Airbus A321 planes, will be equipped with advanced radar and surveillance systems that can detect and monitor enemy aircraft, missile launches, and ground activity. They will also function as flying command centers, giving the Air Force real time control during air operations. The 6 aircrafts have already been acquired from Air India. DRDO will work with Airbus and Indian companies to integrate a complex radar dome and mission systems on board. Each aircraft will undergo major structural changes, including the installation of a dorsal radar dome on the fuselage. This setup allows for 360-degree radar coverage over long ranges. The aircraft will also carry fully indigenous ESA radars and mission control systems. The AWACS India program, also called Netra Mark II, is led by DRDO. It follows another recent approval given to the agency to build prototypes of India's fifth generation advanced multi-role combat aircraft. India currently operates smaller Netra systems, which played a key role in past standoffs with Pakistan. The Air Force also uses the IL-76 based Falcon systems developed with Israel and Russia, but they have faced technical and maintenance issues. Indian Army's 21 Corps, better known as Sudarshan Chakra Corps, put its homegrown counter-drone arsenal to the test at Bhopal Military Station this week. Under clear skies and realistic operational settings, three systems were trialed: Agni, a handheld unit; Amber, a man-portable option; and Ajit, a man-pack solution. Each was evaluated on its ability to neutralize drone threats using a blend of hard kill and soft kill methods. The system was tested against simulated aerial intrusions, mimicking both swarm and stealth tactics. Hard kill components included directed energy and kinetic interceptors, while soft kill modules disrupted GPS and RF links. Originally raised in the aftermath of India's intervention in Sri Lanka, 21 Corps was formalized in Bhopal in 1990. It has since evolved into the Lone Strike Formation in the southern center, joining its northern siblings 1, 2, and 17 Corps in shaping India's land war doctrine. The system's portability, ease of deployment, and user-friendly interfaces were all designed with soldier feedback in mind. With UAV-based infiltration, surveillance, and kamikaze attacks becoming a staple of grey zone warfare from Ukraine to Armenia, India's counter-drone roadmap can no longer rely on off-the-shelf imports. Indigenous solutions like these offer two critical advantages: customization and cost efficiency. Short-range ballistic missiles Prithvi-II and Agni-I were successfully test-fired from the integrated test range in Chandipur, Orissa on 17th of July. The launches validated all operational and technical parameters. These tests were conducted under the aegis of the Strategic Forces Command. The weapon system is customized to operate at altitudes above 4,500 meters and has the latest upgrades, including an indigenously developed radio frequency seeker. News from the industry. Larsen & Toubro plans to invest 1,000 crore rupees in its shipbuilding complex at Katupalli in Tamil Nadu. Development of new facilities are likely to start in October and be completed in 3 years. The development works will be taken up within the 892.1-acre area already belonging to L&T. The proposed development will involve setting up of additional shops, fabrication units, paint shops, assembly shops, blasting shops, residential accommodation buildings, office buildings, skill development center, and landscaping greenbelt development. Presently, L&T's Katupalli shipbuilding facility takes up 30 ship repairs and construction of 15 new ships per annum. Hindustan Aeronautics achieved a landmark in India's indigenous defence manufacturing by receiving the first wing assembly of the TEJAS Mark 1A from Larsen & Toubro. Till date, the LCA TEJAS division has received structural modules of air intake assemblies from Lakshmi Machine Works, rear fuselage assembly from Alpha Tokol, loom assemblies from Amphenol, fin and rudder assemblies from Tata Advanced Systems, center fuselage assembly from WEM Technologies, and wing assemblies from Larsen & Toubro for the LCA Mark 1A. Bangalore-based startup QpiAI has emerged as a key player in India's quantum computing landscape, particularly with strong governmental support. Indian quantum computing startup QpiAI has secured $32 million in a Series A funding round co-led by the Indian government and Avatar Ventures. The funding values the company at $162 million and is part of India's $750 million National Quantum Mission launched in 2023 to boost quantum technologies. QpiAI is one of the 8 startups selected to receive initial grants and has built India's first full-stack quantum computer, QpiAI Indus, featuring 25 superconducting qubits. Founded in 2019, QpiAI focuses on integrating quantum computing with AI for use in manufacturing and finance. It plans to launch a 64-qubit quantum computer by November 25, with customer access expected in mid 2026. The company employs around 100 people, including 25 doctorates, and operates in India, US, and Finland. It also plans to establish a local quantum hardware manufacturing by 2026 and expand into Singapore and the Middle East. Some global news. United States formally introduced a new loitering munition named LUCAS, Low Cost Uncrewed Combat Attack System, which is being positioned as a functional, low cost analog to Iran's widely used Shahed-136 drone. Developed by the Arizona based defense contractor Spectre Works, LUCAS was presented in the Pentagon courtyard as part of a display of autonomous multi domain systems. Kongsberg announced that Germany had selected the JSM for its F-35 fighter jets, while contract negotiations were ongoing. The contract between the parties has now been signed. The acquisition is structured as a government-to-government sale between Norway and Germany, with Norway's Defence Materiel Agency acting as a contract partner. Germany is the fifth country to select the JSM alongside existing customers Norway, Japan, Australia, and the US. The Joint Strike Missile is a multi-role air-launched cruise missile under development by the Norwegian company KONGSBERG and American company Raytheon Missiles and Defense. The Israeli Ministry of Defense signed a production contract to significantly accelerate the serial production of Arrow interceptors at Israel Aerospace Industries. As part of the deal, IAI will supply the IMOD with a significant additional amount of Arrow interceptors. The Arrow system, developed and manufactured in cooperation with the U.S. Missile Defense Agency, demonstrated significant interception capabilities during the Swords of Iron War, especially during Operation Rising Lion. The system provides exo-atmospheric and endo-atmospheric interception capabilities against ballistic missile threats, protecting the state of Israel from strategic long-range threats. NATO is to open a third combined Air Operations Center CAOC in Norway to augment those already operational in Germany and Spain. This new CAOC will plan, direct, task, coordinate, supervise, and support military air operations primarily in the Nordic regions and the High North. It will work closely with the two existing CAOCs in Udem and Torrejón, as well as with the deployable Air Command and Control Center based at Poggio Renatico in northern Italy. The Norwegian government announced in May that it had proposed the mountain facility of Reitan, which is the current site of the joint headquarters of the Norwegian Armed Forces, for the new CAOC. Nearby, Bodo Air Base will temporarily accommodate the CAOC, commencing operations later in 2025 until construction work is completed at Reitan. That's all the news for today. We hope you enjoy the news. Please do subscribe to our channel and do give us your feedback. Thank you.